Okay, people say, why are you running for Congress? It's because I'm sick and tired of ordinary people not getting involved because they think they can't make a difference. Ordinary people built this nation. It wasn't lawyers, it wasn't doctors, it wasn't professional people who had already done everything. It was ordinary people with good ideas for the common good. We don't need to be involved in foreign wars. That's just absolutely ridiculous. I lived in 16 different countries, and I can tell you, you can't buy friendship from a foreign nation. We've been throwing money at foreign countries for years and years and years, and what are we getting for it? Nothing. Especially when we're giving billions of dollars to countries that are our sworn enemies. Now, what sense does that make? Oh, well, maybe they'll come around. Yeah, maybe when we're all dead. I don't want to wait that long. So part of the things that I'm looking at, I'm going to run for Congress in a district that was vacated by a congresswoman who had run here. I think she was like a 6 or 8 term congresswoman. She decided she's going to run for the Senate and to replace Dean Heller, who was appointed to replace John Ensign after he resigned. So she thinks she has a good shot at that, so she gave up her congressional seat. Luckily, I'm not involved in a primary. I'll be on the ballot in November.
All right.
My son, what you don't know about my son is he's got a social media company. We do things like Facebook and Twitter and everything under the sun you can think of. That's where the basis of my campaign is going to start. I'm going to start going after young people who use those tools and try to make a difference. Now, the district I'm running in is 70% registered Democrat. However, there's a lot of Democrats that don't go along with what the Democratic Party is doing today. They've looked at this and they said, this is not my father's Democrat Party. And they're very, very upset because they said, all we're looking at is more and more spending, which we've got to stop. So my very basic premise is this: X minus Y. X is your income, Y is your outgo. When Y exceeds X, you are in deep doo-doo. And the government has been in deep doo-doo for decades, and nobody wants to seem to do anything about it, except during an election, when they all tell you, we're going to cut, we're going to cut, we're going to cut. That's political speak for, we're going to reduce the amount of the increase of the budget that we originally proposed. And the ordinary person doesn't get that. There's no such thing as a government cut. If there were, the budget would be going down every year. So what I want to do is go to Congress and say, idiots! You can't make blood out of a turnip. We are so far in debt it's not funny. What are you doing about it? Not borrowing 42 cents of every dollar that we spend makes no sense. My grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, your great-grandchildren are going to have a debt that they will never repay unless we stop this. So that's the basic premise. It's all about the kids. It's all about the future of the nation. This is the most critical election we're going to face in most of our lifetimes, and everybody seems to discount that. It is more important than you realize. And we need people on the local level as well as the federal level to get involved. Thank you.